Now where do I begin with a topic like this? Well, hello! I would first like to welcome you all to this new form of content that I will be bringing to the channel alongside the animations. These types of videos can range from a variety of different topics, and generally things that I would like to talk about. Anyway, today's topic is something that I should probably talk about at some point, considering it was part of the reason why this channel was made in the first place all those years ago. Wait. How long has this channel been around? "11 years?! Yeesh. Well, whatever. Let me tell you how I got started with animation. So, our story starts like any other would. I've been watching cartoons and playing video games ever since I was a little kid. But most importantly, I would love to tell stories. Now, of course, at the time, little kid Nick stories were nonsensical and incoherent. I mean, it makes sense. I was a kid. Most of the stories involved either retellings of things I've experienced at that young age, or attempts at making up my own stories. How likely they probably were back then. And along the way, I would pick up drawing as a way to mainly have fun. But around late elementary and throughout middle school would be when I took that first big step. Instead of creating just singular drawings, I would begin to create my own comics. Very crude things for sure, but they were some of the first stories that I had created. Although, most if not all of them were Sonic and Mario related, so I wasn't really using original characters. However, things would all change once again when I happened to stumble upon something that left me both bewildered, but in awe at the same time. It was around this time in my life that I was becoming more internet savvy. I had learned more things about the Sonic franchise than I had ever known about, like the fact that I missed out on both Adventures 1 and 2. But I realized that I could still experience those games since we had a Wii, and how I ended up getting them, along with the controllers and memory card to do so, was via GameStop. Does GameStop even sell GameCube-related things in store nowadays? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Anyway, it was around this time that I was getting used to roaming around YouTube. It was mainly a way for me to listen to my favorite video tunes, and to watch some silly and random videos when I wanted to be entertained. Then, I came across a video titled SMBZ Battles Team Mario vs. Koopa Bros. Without thinking much of it initially other than, what the heck could this be? I ended up clicking on the video. And, almost immediately, my mind was blown away by what it was seeing. Sonic, Shadow, Mario, and Luigi were in the middle of an all-out brawl with some Ninja Turtle-looking Koopa Troopas? At the same time, though, the video also kinda terrified me, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen as the fight progressed. I think I got about a minute or so through before clicking off out of fear. But the crazy thing was, it wouldn't be the last time that I would watch that video. A day or two passed since then, and something inside me wanted to watch that video again, despite how frozen I was initially. So, I went on my way across the internet to YouTube, and started searching for the video until I found it. This time, I watched it in full length. Afterwards, my mind started saying numerous questions and nonsensical statements. What was that just now?
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen!
There has to be more to this, right? And there was. From that day onwards, I began watching the original run of Super Mario Bros. Z. And I was losing my mind over the fact that someone had made a Sonic and Mario crossover fan series. But the main thing I was constantly blown away by was the animation. With each episode, it seemed like the quality would improve dramatically, and by the time I had reached the end of the original run, I just wanted more of it. And on that day, everything changed for me, and I was set to explore the path that I am on currently. And from this point onwards, the story becomes what you'd probably expect. But for those of you who are unaware, I used to make sprite animations on this channel. And it was how I got my start with this whole animation journey. Sure, what I was creating wasn't the most original thing in the world. Super Sonic Mario Bros. Z.
What was I thinking?
But, in the end, that's okay. Eventually, I would move past the whole trying to make my own Super Mario Bros. Z, and went on to make more original animation ideas from there. Then, after a few years passed, I discovered that Source Filmmaker was a thing, and that it was a free 3D animation software you can get on Steam. Once I finally got around to making my Steam account, I was able to pursue what I'm currently doing now. And it just so happened that around the same time, the first Splatoon had come out. I ended up buying it on a whim one day, and the rest is kind of history. Mostly.
But that's a story for another time. Trust me. But that's essentially how I got started with animation. Obviously, I would go on to take classes during my time in college to further develop my skill set. And heck, even now, I am still learning new things by doing these small exercises, as well as working on projects like The Life of an Inkling. So to anyone that is curious about pursuing animation as a career, be it 2D or 3D, the biggest point of advice that I can give to you is to practice and experiment.
A large chunk of what I can do currently comes from teaching myself how to do things. Sure, I would use tutorial videos as a point of reference sometimes, and I've received a bunch of feedback and assistance over the years, but a lot of what I'm able to do is through my own personal experimentation and troubleshooting.
And before we close off this inaugural start to this new series of videos, there's one last bit of advice that I would like to share. Please, be persistent and patient. The truth hurts, but you're not going to learn everything right out the gate. However, as long as you're willing to put in the effort, you'll be seeing the results in no time.
Okay, so this is the end segment of the video. This part's entirely unscripted, so I want to start off with thanking you all for watching the video. There are a lot of more of these in store, and I've got plenty of ideas of what I can do with this type of format. This is all still very much experimental and stuff, but this was really fun to make. I hope you're all looking forward to more videos like this, along with everything else that I plan to do. This is only the beginning of what other kind of content I would like to bring to the channel, so please let me know down below what you thought of this video. So please don't forget to leave a like, check out the Patreon, check out the Ko-Fi, check out my Twitter, Twitch, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, setting the notifications to all. I checked my analytics before recording this segment, and a good 68% of people who watch my content are still not subscribed, so if you are one of those people, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, setting the notifications to all, so that you know whenever I upload any new type of content on this channel. Remember to take it easy, everybody. Peace.